Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Crypto Crow. Today we're going to be talking about Hedera, Hashgraph, and the Hedera network. And this is a project that has a pretty sizable community, okay, granted. And the technology behind its blockchain is very unique to what we typically see in the blockchain space. The way that their ledger system is distributed and the overall architecture is quite a bit different. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that believe in its use case, but the problem to me with Hedera Hashgraph is I discovered it, years ago, and the price of the project just never seemed to grow significantly as it relates to the price action of a lot of the other leading cryptocurrencies and even the top 100 market cap. And I don't even remember where Hedera Hashgraph was or if it was even in the top 100 at the time, honestly. But I just know that there were a lot of much better performers in the space, and I think some of that is obviously just due to the overall adoption of Hedera on a public scale. Now, there's some evidence to show that there are some pretty significant partnerships with Hedera Hashgraph and a lot of other projects and major traditional companies in the world for a variety of different use cases, of which they may be basically bubbling up under the scene before they just explode all over everybody's faces sometime in 2024-25 as the parabolic run begins, and then everybody realizes, hey, I didn't get into Hedera, now I want to, and you're buying at highs waiting for the market to correct after the peak, which is typically the case with a lot of stuff. So I don't know exactly what's to come for Hedera. I've done some videos on it in the past, but we're going to take a look at some current news. Breaking: Hedera network experiences technical irregularities. Community alleges exploit. In brief, the Hedera network is undergoing an exploit in smart contracts. Many dApps are impacted. So these decentralized applications are being impacted, and the TVL in the blockchain dropped by nearly 25%. This isn't good. Hedera network faces an ongoing exploit targeting the decompiling process in smart contracts. The decentralized exchange DEX Saucer Swap Labs has asked users to withdraw their liquidity. This is not a good thing. Not at all. Saucer Swap Labs, a DEX on the Hedera network, encouraged users to withdraw the liquidity immediately as an alleged ongoing exploit hit the blockchain. But you know what I will say? At least Saucer Swap Labs is trying to protect everybody instead of keeping it quiet. Too often we see people that they're so worried about accountability, and they're so worried about, people coming after them because an error was made or a mistake happened or something that cost people money, and then they tried to hide from it and they try to lie about it. Well, Saucer Swabs at least is saying, hey, there's a problem. Get your liquidity off of here until we get this resolved. And at least I respect them for that, which actually helps me kind of build some trust. And for that, I'm going to give them a follow right now, because that's actually commendable. 18,000 followers on Saucer Swap Labs. I'm going to take a look at them later. An ongoing exploit has hit the Hedera network this morning. This exploit is targeting the decompiling process in smart contracts. At time of writing, attackers have hit Pangolin and HeliSwap pools containing wrapped assets. We are unsure if other HTS tokens are at risk too. So it's not necessarily hitting Saucer Swap apparently, but it's hitting others, and they're saying, listen, that's commendable. So good on them for being proactive and trying to protect its users. I mean, because ultimately they're gonna take a hit. I mean, if they have an application out there and they're telling everybody, hey, pull your assets off of here. We don't want it because there might be an issue until we know what it is. We don't want you guys risking your assets on our platform. And that good on them. The decompiling process converts the contract's bytecode into more readable Solidity-like code, allowing for a better understanding. Good on them for actually coming out and getting ahead of things and basically saying, listen, we're not sure what's going on. You might want to pull your assets off of here. So yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Hopefully that gets resolved. This doesn't necessarily kill Hedera Hashgraph. It's just there's an obvious issue, an obvious exploit that needs to be addressed. And we see this time and time again, do we not? When it comes to the cryptocurrency space and everything going on in the market on a regular basis, We're always seeing exploits, hacks. We're seeing like Solana, you know, constantly, it seems nowadays, just going down and shutting down and having to reboot itself and all kinds of stuff. And then in the same token, we see people complain about how long Cardano takes to develop or reach new milestones in their development, when they have teams of hundreds of people building this stuff out, and they're trying to build it in such a way where they don't have issues like this. They're taking their time to market, and every time they bring a new milestone to market, it actually works. And that is a beautiful thing to anybody looking to build, especially enterprise level applications with potentially global use cases. You can't throw a lot of this stuff on a crap blockchain that was just basically thrown together to be first to market and then decides to patch any holes later. You have to go about it with the right approach, and oftentimes we can see, listen, if the scientific approach is good for, you know, creating medicines and other things that can basically help or hurt human lives, I think that same approach with peer-reviewed studies and things like that should also be pretty beneficial to anybody risking assets on a blockchain. So, you know, listen, I'm not saying I am down on Hedera Hashgraph, but I'm just saying, you know, security audits are a real thing, and it's something that every major blockchain needs to have and continue to have ongoing, especially as they're updating applications, they're updating their blockchains and things. So hopefully Hedera, and they figure out exactly what this is, and when they discover it, I'll be sure to share that as well. And then in the meantime, crow your coins, and I'll see you soon.